Hey guys, welcome back. I'm very excited for today's video. I got this comment from the forest guy underscore and he said, please don't stop making Steven Universe content. And I really appreciated it because my citrine and ametrine videos didn't do like super well. I do want to draw Steven Universe on this channel, so let me know if you would like more by liking the video, leaving a comment, or even pressing the subscription button for more. And if you would like to be notified for when I release new videos, press the bell icon as well. So I'm hoping this video will do slightly better because I have many fusions for you today. I don't know why I have like so many fusion ideas. I even made this nerdy chart of all the possible fusions for the most important characters of Steven Universe. Do I really want to draw literally all of these? I have no idea. There are some fusions in the show that I really like Sargonix, and some fusions that have little to be desired for me, like Sunstone. So for my fusions, sometimes I pick a new gem for the fusion entirely based on what I think makes sense for both gems that are part of the fusion. More on that later. And I call this a fusion dump because I have many more fusion ideas, and so possibly there may be a part 2 of this video if people like it enough. Also, I have sped up my drawing footage to be faster so that the drawing footage is under 5 minutes. Let me know if the drawing footage is too fast for you. I'm not really sure what else to do to make the footage take less time, since I genuinely enjoy spending time with a piece. I've thought about cutting the line art process or the color blocking process, but let me know how you feel. Anyways, let's get on to the fusions. So for our first fusion today, we have Jasper Quartz and Pearl in a fusion called Fire Opal. I don't know why, but the internet has collectively decided that the fusion gem between Jasper and Pearl will be a Fire Opal because she's a quartz just like Amethyst, I guess, and Fire Opal not only sounds cool, but has the right colors for their fusion as well. So I was originally going to choose the gem called Calcite, just to be a little different, but after a while I kind of just agreed that Fire Opal is perfect. At the beginning here, I was just trying to get the right body type, or well, actually I had the body type figured out. I was trying to get the right pose with the right expression as usual. And I don't know if you can see this through the work, but I kind of wanted Fire Opal to have the personality similar to the Wii Fit trainer from Super Smash Brothers. She would be constantly reminding people to stretch before a workout, to work on their abs and glutes, and to remember to go to the gym. She's because, and I thought that they would be this kind of way because Pearl and Jasper are both like physically pretty fit. Like Pearl is a perfect ballerina body and Jasper has a perfect fighting body, so that they would always be commenting on people's physique and encouraging people to get their physique at a better place. So that's the kind of personality they would have, and I want them to fight exactly like Wii Fit Trainer, and I want them to talk about their health all the time, just like Wii Fit Trainer. I just like that would be so adorable. I had a lot of trouble getting a pose. I wanted to make sure that the pants were nice and flat so we can all appreciate the sort of ombre that the pants have. Yeah, also the hair gave me trouble. I wasn't really sure what to do with the hair on the other side there that I was working on. And yeah, I made this drawing. Actually, I posted it to Twitter, and well, actually not this drawing, another drawing that was like a way lower stakes. This one is a real piece that I spent time on. The other one is literally just a doodle, and I posted it to Twitter and people really liked it. I even got a comment, someone saying that it looks like it could be from the real show, which is always the best compliment you could possibly get when doing fan art like this. So I decided, like, I have all these fusion ideas. I really like drawing them. They don't even take that long for the most part, until they get really complicated, I guess. But and I was like, you know what, it's just like free content that I could just put on YouTube. And I know my Steven Universe stuff isn't doing super well right now. I'm hoping that this video helps out a little bit, because I really like drawing it. I really like bringing these characters to life, kind of like making my own version of the show by myself here to, to cope with the fact that the show is canceled and won't continue. Jasper has her big arms on top, and then Pearl has her little, almost like sardonyx, twig little arms on the waist there. I gave them this like kind of simplified abs. I thought that was fun and inventive for me. I don't know, sometimes I just come up with stuff while I'm drawing, you know, and it's like I kind of feel like that's something the show would do, like have these like really pronounced abs, but obviously they're not going to draw each and every individual ab, so they're just like this simplified ab. And I just wanted to do some basic shading on the hair. I actually really like how the orange on her stripes turned out, and they got lightened up a little bit in the fusion because Pearl is this like nice pale yellow, so I thought that would be nice. And oh, and Pearl's sash that she has around her waist becomes a karate belt, and Jasper's red pants expand kind of like Pearl's dress and become large karate pants, and I thought that would be so cute. And she has these little ballerina slippers to reference Pearl. So she fights a lot like Pearl, where she has the ballerina style, but she has a lot more strength, and her weapon would be a mallet, as a combination of Jasper's heavy helmet and Pearl's spear. And I really enjoyed doing their opal. It has a lot of shine, and fire opals are gorgeous. But anyway, I need to move on. And I had a lot of fun with doing fire opal. I love how powerful she is and kind of how quirky she is. So I hope you like fire opal too. So there is the final piece there. I added sparkles to everybody just to bring some cute little detail, and I mean, honestly, I just love sparkles. Let me know how you feel about fire opal in the comments, and if you have any ideas for their character or story, I'd love to hear it. Let's move on to the next fusion. So our next fusion for today is actually a retread. Back in my ametrine video, I made ametrine quartz, a fusion between Jasper and Amethyst. I found out that an ametrine is a gem that is a literal fusion in real life of citrine quartz, the gem that I chose for myself, and an amethyst. So really, if ametrine was a fusion gem, it would be between my citrine and the canon amethyst, and I just decided that I didn't want their gem to be an ametrine anymore, so I decided to change the name of her gem to a muaite, or mukaite jasper. Yeah, it's a rare type of jasper found in Australia, I believe, and it comes in a lot of colors, honestly, but it can come in like very bright yellow and purple, kind of like a magenta-ish purple. And yeah, I just decided that it would probably be a better gem for them. I think it's cute that their fusion is yet another Jasper. It's just like Jasper plus Amethyst equals Mugai Jasper. I think it's adorable. It's kind of like literal. So sorry for the retread here. I just want, in case this video, more people see this video, I want her to have some visibility so she isn't forgotten about, because I really do love this drawing, and I love Mugai Jasper, honestly. I did cut some of this footage. I cut the part where I did the line art. Obviously that took a long time because of all the crystals. I didn't really know how to fuse Jasper and Amethyst's weapon in a unique way without it just making kind of exactly like Sugilite's weapon. So I just decided that they have this extra spiky whips that she curls up with in her sonic spin dash move, and they have a really powerful, really mighty, really devastating sonic spin dash attack with the whips involved. So it's like an earthquake coming to get you kind of weapon. I really do like thinking about their weapons, and I really do like thinking about like why they fuse and like the situation around it. If you want more information on their fusion, you can watch my ametrine video. It's much more relaxed of a video compared to this one. I don't know, I guess it was really late while I was recording the audio for my initial ametrine video. So yeah, it's just a little more relaxed, so maybe if you pick up a pencil and draw with it, that's fine. Her personality is that I want her to be kind of like Sloth from Full Metal Alchemist, where she constantly talks about wanting a break and she doesn't really want to be here. Her fusion happens due to a crisis that's going on, so the first thing she ever says as Mukaite is, what am I doing here? Because she doesn't expect to exist, she doesn't expect to show up. And the fact that she does really confuses her. So, and I thought that she's just like, she doesn't really want to be here and she wants to sleep and eat, and pretty much that's it. And she is mighty, but I think it's just tough to get her to be motivated to do something. Because Amethyst is a bit sleepy and Jasper is highly motivated, my brother and I talked about how she might be the kind of person that like she's torn up inside about whether or not to act due to having such a motivated person inside her and a demotivated person inside her. She like constantly is at war with herself if she should do something or not. Yeah, and I just thought that, you know, she's kind of not what you're expecting when you see the two fuse together. And, you know, I didn't really want to do something monstrous because I like Jasper and I don't want to make her a monster. So there you go. So yeah, so in my ametrine video, she's a lot more orange and purple. In this one, she has a bit of magenta to her orange, and she has a bit of magenta to her purple, sorry, and she has a lot more yellow skin because a Mukaite Jasper is very much yellow and like magenta-y purple. I don't know if I like it as much as the clear orange. I could change it back whenever you like because I kept the layers existing, so I can make it orange again if you really want me to. Mukaite Jaspers can be a lot of colors. I also realized that my original piece was really messy, so I cleaned it up a bit. And I just redid some of the shading and stuff. I guess I've grown a little bit as an artist since doing this piece. It wasn't really that long ago though. And so I added a bunch of sparkles to her whip, and I felt like it was enough sparkles for the day. Like, I was gonna add more to her body and such like I did with the others, but I felt like we are good on our fill of sparkles. So there's Mukaite Jasper, the fusion between Amethyst and Jasper. I would love for you to tell me what you think in the comments, and if you have any ideas on her weapon, so maybe I could come up with something more creative. Anyway, let's move on to the next fusion. For our next fusion today, we have the fusion between Amethyst Quartz and Paradot. I'm sure a lot of Amethyst fans would be very happy with this one. This one is competing to be my favorite of the video. The last one on our list here will be my absolute favorite fusion. And but yeah, it's really hard to pick between the two. I didn't need to come up with a concept for this one because this is one of the ones I shared on Twitter. And I was going to initially do this walking pose, but I'm so glad I graduated to this rocker kind of pose for them. She is a highlight opal, which is a very unique gem. It kind of looks like a white quartz or a clear quartz, but it's actually an opal due to its mineral composition. So it's made of the same stuff as any other opal. It's called a hyalite opal, and it's very unique in that it's slightly radioactive. So under UV rays, it is this bright green color with the ultraviolet bouncing off its purple. So it kind of looks like purple and green when it's under UV rays, so I imagine the sunshine. And inside, when it's not exposed to any UV rays, it's just clear. It's clear like a clear quartz. And I decided to pick this gem because I thought it would be really cool if Paradot and Amethyst's gem was a color changing gem. And the reason for that is because Paradot is very alien to me, and I want all her fusions to be somewhat alien inspired, and I absolutely love the character of their fusion. I think that Amethyst and Peridot are both a little eccentric. Amethyst kind of is a little wild, and Peridot, as we learn, like peel back the layers of who she is this kind of like eccentric builder, scientist kind of girl. So together, their eccentricity kind of explodes into this like very much too much to handle, Cellulite inspired fusion where the brain and the brawn kind of come together in harmony, and she's this very tough but also very intelligent gem, and I absolutely love her. I know this is dorky, but I do think about scenes with her, like fighting or like how their fusion comes to be. I think it's a kind of fusion that once again also comes about due to absolute necessity, like something bad happens. And Peridot doesn't like fusing. She doesn't like the concept of bending her shape. But I think she's forced to in like a combat situation where there's no other way. Which, like, I mean, you can leave in the comments if you like that idea. But yeah, and they fuse and they need to in order to fight. And that's where I'm leaning for their fusion existence. And when it comes to color palette, when you combine Amethyst's purple and Peridot's green, you actually get gray, interestingly enough, like a gray cyan. So I decided to take the colors of the highlight opal, this like extreme green and ultramarine purple, and I decided to have accents of this cyan, which does exist, and the gray. So basically when it came to color palette, I said yes to all colors. I don't really know where the leg warmers came from. I just decided that I wanted her to have leg warmers. Yeah, and I just think they're super cute. I love her personality. She would be so much fun to be a voice actress for. I finally learned how to use the multiplier shading tool. It was very effective here, although I still need to master it. And I'm so happy with how the shading came out and everything. There's a bit of cyan in her skin even. So yeah, let's get to our conclusion here. So for the final design, once again I added sparkles because I can't help myself. And her gem has all colors in it that I could possibly muster. And in line with the concept art, Highlight Opal has these like techie peridot hands that only come out in the sunshine, I think. And they're very green. And it's kind of like with the tiny peridot hands, she does like the techie stuff, and with her big amethyst hand, she does the bashing and beating and such. So she's a wonderful combination of the two, and her hair is kind of inspired by Miss Frankenstein or the wife of Frankenstein a little bit. And I just absolutely love Highlight Opal. If you have any thoughts for her character, any thoughts on this drawing, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I really enjoy making their fusion, probably one of my absolute favorites. And yeah, let's move on to our final fusion for the video. So for our final fusion today, we have a gem called Taffyite. And this is the one that is a redesign of an existing fusion, Sunstone. So this is Stephen and Garnet fused together. And I decided to choose the Taffyite because red and blue make purple, and that's Garnet. And Stephen's pink is like a pink accessory. So together they would make like a very light pink and purple gem. And there's not a whole lot of choices for either purple or pink gems, to be honest with you. To find one that's both is a little more difficult, but I was able to find it, and it's called a Taffyite. It's a purple gem that can go from anywhere between indigo purple, and it can refract like extremely light pale pink as well. And I just thought it was the perfect gem for them. Also, their skin color is kind of candy colored, so she kind of looks like she's a big giant walking piece of candy, and I absolutely love that. So yeah, basically choosing a different gem changes the entire design. I don't hate the concept of Sunstone. I think Sunstone would be a great Stephen and Ruby fusion, but I'm seeing none of the sapphire for the Garnet and Stephen fusion. So I personally just prefer the idea of a purple and pink fusion gem instead of the sunstone that they chose. But that's neither here nor there. So for the design, I immediately, one of my first thoughts was, let's do really, really big hair. And because Garnet and Steven are pretty notorious for their really big hair, so together they would have like epic hair, epic levels of hair curliness. And immediately I thought of like Mirror B from a Pokemon game. And I thought like, oh my god, what if their fusion was disco themed? That would be awesome, because disco was kind of like an era of love, rejuvenation, or free love. And Garnet and Steven are both forms of love that are kind of frowned upon by the diamonds at the very least. So the idea is that there's big, very goofy, like completely embraces all of their goofiness. And they dance while they fight. They have these massive curls in their hair. They almost have like galaxy hair, which I absolutely love. And despite their goofy appearance, they're very powerful. So this gem has access to lava magic, ice magic, future sight magic, healing magic, and diamond magic, and rose's petal magic. So they are loaded with magical ability, so despite their goofy appearance, they're one of the strongest gems in the whole show, and they don't even need to have too many gems fused together to make her. And I also think, I think they go by them if they're a Steven and gem fusion. They, them pronouns, and they have this like gut that's kind of popping out in reference to Steven's gut, but they're loud and proud about their rotund belly. And just as a little subtle thing, one of their pants insides is like this magenta, and the other is like a pale blue in reference to ruby and sapphire. So the ruby and sapphire reference that was in Sunstone is still present, and Steven's sandals and Garnet's shoes fuse together to make these epic sandals. Their gems contain the indigo and the bright pink, and I absolutely love this piece, and we'll talk about it more in the conclusion. So, hi, welcome back. It hasn't been too long, has it? So there is Taffyite. She is, or they are, absolutely, I think, my favorite. I mean, it's really honestly tough between her and Highlight Opal. I added sparkles, of course. I love her galaxy hair. And when it comes to the white gloves and white shoes, I kind of felt like the white gloves especially were just kind of working. It kind of made the look balanced as opposed to just having the bubblegum pink skin. And I decided that the white is a reference to Rose and her whites in her design. There is my version of Garnet and Steven's fusion. Also, that we can see a bit more of the sapphire influence, and I just really love this, and it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. So now we're gonna reach the end of our video here. Thank you so much for sticking around for the whole video. I hope you had fun, because I had an absolute blast coming up with concepts, powers, reasons for fusing, and drawing these characters. I hope you're in the mood for more Steven Universe designs, because I absolutely had a great time making these. I'm hoping in general to have more designs per video from now on, and have no fear, the Ruby Vacuo looks are still going to happen. A new Jean outfit will happen, it's just that Magical Girl May is upon us, and I will be making Magical Girl content for this month, so I may have to postpone some Ruby stuff. But who knows, I'm very excited to see how next month plays out. Leave comments below of any future drawing ideas for videos, and thank you for making it to the end of this one. I hope to see you next time.